What's good, y'all? It's your boy Trilogy. So Friday night, and I'm here illin. I'm gonna do a workout, but before I get to that, let me move this mat out the way. Have a seat and talk to you guys about something. It's on my heart, on my mind, on my heart. Ooh. Yeah, all right. So I'm realizing, I always be realizing things, but I realized today, or in this moment, that a lot of folk gonna hate and disapprove of things you're doing or behaviors or whatever, but they're not gonna be willing to embrace the complex of why you're doing whatever you're doing, right? So let's say you hustling crack. Let's say you hustle crack, right? We don't agree with that. They're gonna say, "Hey, bro, why you hustling crack? That's crazy. You shouldn't be doing that. Blah blah blah. That's a destruction to the community, whatever." And fair enough, right? But what if you, let's say you have like 5 kids, okay, and you have to feed them, and you don't have a job. Maybe you already messed up earlier in life, and now you're at this point where the greatest skills you have is selling crack, right? Maybe you've tried to get jobs and whatever, you have a criminal record or whatever case may be, so you kind of are stuck in a complex. That's what I mean. A lot of folks aren't willing to embrace the complex that you're going through, and a lot of folks aren't even willing to share the complex that they're going through for folks to potentially embrace it. That's a different conversation. I'm talking about for the individuals who are like me, transparent, don't feel no ways of explaining and giving context to all the things we are going through and doing to try and attain whatever we're trying to attain at any specific moment. Folk around you or folk in your life hating, they don't even give a damn about that complex. They don't care. They're not here, or they're not going to share how they think about that complex and where potentially maybe their political correctness would see a difference of how you could approach, whether it was a situation you already that you can't change, or whether it could be an upcoming situation that you may have the plausible ability to amend. That's the first thing. The second part, though, they probably just don't even have an answer. They probably can't help. They don't have no solution. You don't got the answers, Sway. You know what I'm saying? Like, straightforward. They see you, what you're doing. They say, well, like, why don't you just not do that and just be better by doing something else? But they don't have a potential of something else that they think you could be doing. Neither do they have an opportunity to present towards you, right? So I'm realizing, because I've come online and I've basically built up an organic energy. And a lot of folks is like, what? Why are you wasting energy in certain ways doing these actions? But it's like, well, it saves me money. I don't have to worry about Google ads or this, that, and the other, because I've generated a certain algorithm under my name, under certain kinds of content. Like, I know for a fact if I come up here very angry about something, I'll get hundreds of views on my story. Much less if I actually make it a post on my wall, on my feed, and I'm sharing a disgruntled opinion. Everyone know I keep a trail. So that's honestly, a that's basically an outlet for me. Now, a lot of other individuals will consider that to be negative. Oh, you're being negative. Oh, you're hating, or whatever the case may be. But let's look at it as, no, this is just a mechanism I'm using towards a means, and I see that it creates those means. For instance, another situation which maybe other people could hate on, I could never care about this, but posting that you're in the studio, whether you just pull up to the studio to capture that footage and you walk out, it doesn't matter. It creates an energy that, oh, he's in the studio. Now when I do that, right, what happens? People start messaging, yo, can I book time? Yo, it's because they didn't remember that I have access to a studio or something until I post that I'm in the studio again, right? I haven't really been posting that I'm in the studio. Clearly, I don't really want folks bothering me right now. I kind of enjoy the vibe I'm in, the Zen vibe I'm in. So I haven't really been super posting that I'm in the studio. But all that to say, the complex of it, or the real conclusion of this, is that folks who's hating don't even care. Folks who's Folks who do care, they probably not really hating, they're just kind of waiting. There's a difference. There's folks who's hating, and then there's folks who's waiting. Now, the folks who's waiting, that's a different complex that requires, I'm not gonna lie, I think I'm gonna require a bit more retrospection to really think about the individuals who's like waiting, whether they're waiting in the woods to come out the woodworks once you catch a lick, or they're waiting on the sidelines to wait for you to say, yo, sub in for me, or you'll join the game, or whatever the case may be. There's individuals waiting. And that to me is the true energy you should focus on, because it's like, why are they waiting? What are they waiting for? It? And obviously nobody gonna wait forever. So there's something that you should be capitalizing on, the individuals in your circle who are waiting versus the individuals in your circle or in your surroundings who are hating. Two different conversations, but they kind of intermingle for this POV that I wanted to share. But it's a Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Bless.